Coming to you straight from the Rio Grande and beyond. Broadcasting to the four corners of the globe. So grab your seat, your coffee, or your sundowner.
Okay, everybody, here we go.
On point, as always. This is Gloves Off. Gloves Off.
So when I was working on Selena, the series for Netflix, to play the role of Abraham Quintanilla, I put on a specific amount of weight, which I was fine doing, but also realizing it could be difficult to get that weight off. I got back into my physical regimen with James Leha, but I was still having trouble with just those last amounts. And that's when I got to meet Arturo from Laredo Medical Weight Loss Clinic. And just the products that he gave me kind of put me over the edge. I feel great about myself.
Back at you in Gloves Off, and today we're going to talk about political persecution, okay? What is that? What's that entitled? You know, we live in, people say, Paul, that doesn't happen. We live in Laredo, everybody's Democrats. Yeah, 98% of all elected officials here in Laredo, Texas, are Democrats. Constables, justices of the peace, school boards, City of Laredo, council, judges, everybody. Nothing wrong with Democrats, as well as there's nothing wrong with Republicans. The problem is when you have political prosecution, then there's something wrong. People say, what is that, Paul, political prosecution? Well, that's when you have a business and they target your business with inspection after inspection after inspection, and they'll send the fire marshal, then they'll sell the fire inspector, and they're just harassing you. Does that exist in Laredo, Texas? Of course it does. Always has. See, Laredo is kind of funny because Laredo has always been a one political town, political party town. You want me to say that? It's always been Democrat. I think the last Republican that won was Iran, and they won for a nonpartisan election, which was the city of Laredo, the city council of Laredo. Okay, things have changed. Now you see more and more Republican candidates for both local. What I mean by the county, because the county also has public elected officials, the state and federal. Okay. Here in Laredo, there's a saying: you vote Democrat in the primaries, and you vote Republican for the general. Everybody does it. There's no change of it. It just happens. That's the way it is. And you ask yourself, does this really exist? Does this really happen? If you're involved in politics and you've helped out in certain campaigns or certain candidates with their campaigns or done stuff like that, you know, I have in the past in several campaigns and helped people out, you know, do this, go this way, people are looking for this, and so on and so forth. You kind of understand things. Here in Laredo, the Democrats were split up into two factions. A faction of conservatives and a faction of far left. Okay? And the Republicans were not even here. Okay, so it was always the conservatives or the moderate Democrats against the far left Democrats. You know, sometimes and I've seen this, and I'll tell you some experiences that I've witnessed and I've experienced for you guys to understand that. But what seems to be heading in the norm is conservative and Republican small business owners that are trying to open up a business. They're getting hit by inspection after inspection, and the electrical inspection now, instead of it coming in a week, 3 weeks down the line, and all of a sudden they come and they say, oh, I didn't like this, here's another 3 weeks. By the time you know it, you're 3 months down the line. I didn't believe this was going on until it happened to us. Okay, it's happened to us. I've seen the double standards. This happens to this person, but for you it's going to be this. We allow them to do it, but you guys have to go through this process. That's just now. Has it started, or are they attacking conservative individuals that voice their opinions, like yours truly and others that are out there? Is that what's going on here in Laredo? Because before, a lot of people would put up signs or in small businesses, and all of a sudden, you ask them, how come you don't put up a sign? No, they used to harass us. Now, I've seen that. I remember witnessing a harassment by a food inspector, a health inspector, to a small restaurant. Basically told them, you have the wrong sign outside. Better fix this within the end of the week. Nothing was wrong. Remember, I'm an executive chef. I was there with a friend of mine. We're talking. I was sitting down, and the inspector comes in and just dogged him for everything that he saw. It really wasn't there. And basically told him, you have the wrong sign outside. Walked outside We've heard of people that are selling, that all of a sudden all these inspectors show up to their place of business because they weren't supporting this one candidate. That occurs. And then the city turns around, oh, it doesn't happen. It's never happened. Of course, you guys are the ones that are, you guys are the fox that's taking care of the hen house. Understand? People in Laredo, they talk about, there's about 150,000, 60,000 registered voters with only about 35 coming out to vote. And if you really look into it, about those 35 that are coming to vote, 30 to 35,000 in a big election, about 15 to 20,000 work for either the school districts, the municipality, or the county. They have to go vote. Because if you don't vote, and if you don't vote Democrat, they check the lists. People say, how do they check the list? Well, they get the list and early vote. The list comes out of who's voted. And they'll call you up, hey, Paul, you haven't voted. Can you vote for John Blow over here? Or, and how'd you find out? What's here in the list? You haven't voted. Understand? And they do this during early vote. So if you work for the city or you work for municipality, you better vote Democrat. Or guess what? They're going to go after you one way, they'll blackball you. It happens. Has it happened? It happens. You hear stories all the time that it occurs. Well, this has to stop. Because elections do have consequences. I remember in the past, I was one of the few that placed the Trump sign when Trump first said that he was going to run. Everybody knew about it. All of a sudden we had the fire marshal show up. Never showed up before, but showed specifically to our place. Okay? Oh, they're doing random checks. Really? This was way back when when the first time he ran for president, not the re-election that he lost. But so with this election coming up, you're going to see that political prosecution happening. You're going to see them harass small business owners that are either Republican or conservatives. People say, Paul, it's not true, it's not happening. What are you talking about? Double standards. Well, very simple. We have a Republican candidate that was going to lease for the temporary of 6 months, give or take, for the elections, a spot to have a headquarters here. Went to building and planning, building permit. Everything's fine except this. All of a sudden, now you need to go to planning and zoning. Next planning and zoning meeting is going to be in October, last week of October. We told them, that's right before elections. I don't need to. Well, guess what happened to that one person that was offering them space as a headquarters. He lost money. Whatever the amount was, he lost income. You have a lot of businesses that way. From 2020, we've been trying to expand because we need a place that needs a ring. So we're trying to get a secondary place. We've been looking, and we found a place. All of a sudden they tell you, you can't have that type of business here because you're going to be, the parking's not too small. All of a sudden now they have the same type of business that I was going to open. Rented out, they're using the same number of parking spaces. Is there double standards? Yes, there is. In my opinion, I believe that City of Laredo is playing right now political prosecution against conservatives and Republicans, and that needs to stop. That needs to stop because we're going to lose Laredo. We're already losing entrepreneurs going to McAllen and San Antonio. Why? Because it's not happening here. People can talk and bovate all they want. They might say, oh, we're renting this space here, we're renting that space here. Yeah, you rent this space, you have to do some construction. It takes 3 weeks for somebody to come in there and put a temporary electric permit before you can start construction. By the time you start construction, you're 2 months, 2.5 months down the line, maybe 3 months down the line. Because of how they work. We're not moving forward. We lost a lot of small businesses. And if we're going to be doing political prosecution on conservatives and people because their political affiliation or the way they want to vote, go for it. And put you another thing. I don't vote. I'm going to tell you all why. Because my vote in Laredo, in my opinion, doesn't count. What counts in Laredo is how the police officers are going to vote in. Didn't they catch 4 or 5 of them? I don't even know whatever happened to them. I think they're still running around stopping people and giving them tickets. If I'm wrong, please let me know. You know, they caught voter fraud, and people said there's no voter fraud. There it is. But political prosecution needs to stop. If you have to feel free to have a Biden sticker in your back of your car, or a Harris sticker in back of a car, or a Trump sticker in back of your car, or whoever sticker in back of the car, and not be afraid that the police are going to stop you and give you a ticket and harass you if you have the wrong sticker. That's been the norm in Laredo for a very long time. They might say it doesn't happen, but it happens. It has to stop. Keep me informed, and if you're going through this type of political prosecution, please give me a call. I'd like to listen to your story. I'm doing a study about it. Much peace. Take care.
If I can leave on one note, Paul. So the word right is an entitlement. If you look up the word right and you look up a legal definition of the word right, it's going to come up and it's going to tell you it's an entitlement. So these are your entitlements by law. These are your fundamental rights and entitlements. So just because you say I have a right to free speech, I have a right to bear arms, I have the right to assemble, I have the right to my child at school, his education, I have those rights. Just think of them as entitlements. Those are your entitlements by law.
Absolutely. And what I'm talking about.
Go back and read your orders. 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 And the reason I keep emphasizing that is because a lot of parents, you have your court orders and you say you're the non-custodial parent and you never have read your court orders. You don't know what your rights are. You don't know what your duties are. So if you're going to go up there and you're going to fight for your child, make sure that you're on the same, you've leveled the playing field. That way everybody knows what the rules are. You know what the rules are, and you're just not bumping your gums and you're sounding different, right? So make sure you read your court order. If you don't understand, reach out to Paul or I. We'll try to help you navigate that water, that piece of water, and we'll go from there.
Till next time, you guys stay safe, be safe, and God bless you guys.
Later. Thanks for having me.
Have you ever wondered about what happens in a martial arts studio? Well, you start right away by setting goals, building determination, gaining focus, building skills, all while becoming more fit, gaining confidence, and learning self-defense. Buitron Academy is a school where attitude meets aptitude. So give us a call at 956-401-4868.